people to come this direction. Oops, I'm touching the wrong thing. Let's adjust things a little bit. I think I gotta move a chair or something. Oh, hi, Miss Wendy. Oh, let's see. I don't know. Nobody's here yet. Can we show Miss Wendy in the chair? There's Miss Wendy. Yeah, winter storms. Winter's coming early this year. Or something. I don't know. I'm kind of having a hard morning already. Well, is it really a hard morning? Wendy, what do we have for words for that? Let Mama go check the phone again. I don't think I have words for what's going on with Mummy today. Mummy's just... I've been on the phone. Oh, good morning. Somebody is here. Okay. I've been on the phone with my son and daughter-in-law. There's Miss Wendy and Miss Wendy's. And I never finished getting all the way dressed. I still have my pajamas on. So it's a half pajama day. Oh, no, come. You can come up here. Oh, you want to be in my lap. Okay. And I was giving you the chair. Okay, Miss Wendy. Ah. Who's chopped liver? Wait. I was feeling like that earlier. You know, when I first came on, I was walking around not looking at the camera. I was doing something. My eye is weird. Because I'm looking at the phone screen, I can see it. Oh, oh, how bizarre with my eye. I'm exhausted again. Beth, you are not chopped liver, good Lord. Oh, I'm glad you guys are here. So who else is out here? So I see Beth. Beth was first. Woohoo. And Sonia, good morning. Sonia, are you done with your You were taking a break from social media. Did you decide you were done? And Miss Iris and Donna Kay and feeling like leftovers. Oh, did you feel like that too? Oh, maybe I'm not the only one that woke up. Well, I've been awake since 2 o'clock. This waking up in the middle of the night stuff, I have had enough of for a minute. Hey, Jer, how's your finger? So Jeremy evidently tried to stop a dog fight and almost lost his thumb. He got bit and whatever. Hey, Leanna. So okay, lots going on. Yeah, lots. I have everything and nothing going on. I'm annoyed with myself because I can't figure out what to do to make a turtle step to, I don't know, to do something. It's kind of weird. So, oh, you know what? I just saw something, Beth and my moderators. I apologize. There are a couple of things I forgot to do this morning. Let me get that straight. All right, let's try that. That should, whoops. Yeah, that should help. So now, let me catch up with messages. So, yeah, I've been on the phone with my son and just got off the phone. Thought I was, Oh, your good morning popped up. Yeah, gotcha. What? What did I do? Did I put something? Subscribers. Yeah. I put it on subscribers. Did it do it? And it has to be subscribed. Did I screw it up somehow? Because I'm not getting any messages now. Uh, okay. I think I got us. Did I get us straight now? Somebody send another message and let me know where I got it straight. Because I'm not seeing any messages now. Did I accidentally? No, I have all messages set. Okay. I think I have it set right. Anyways, Miss Wendy, could you sit here? Thank you, baby. So, yeah, Miss Wendy's. Let's pull your chair closer. There you go. You can sit there. Miss Wendy's winter coat doesn't fit her anymore. I think I'm gonna. Okay, so I got a skein of yarn and I got knitting needles, and I just haven't had a chance to do any more. Because, and the lady that gave me the yarns was apologizing that it was blue and not pink. But anyways, hi Donica. Yeah, pray about Jeremy's thumb. It's pretty bad from the pictures I saw. Anyway, I don't know what to talk about today. You guys have questions? 3 uppercase Q's in front of a question or a comment or something you want me to talk about would be good. I'm still processing the conversation I just had with my son. And because it just happened. So I'm like, yeah. And is that Catherine's here too? Hi, Catherine. I should call you, Catherine. And maybe I should call other people more. Because part of what I was awake and thinking about, but not understanding. I'm kind of not understanding what is my big problem right now. Why am I feeling whatever I'm feeling? Now we know feelings are not always truth, neither are thoughts. But I'm like, why am I awake at 1 o'clock in the morning? Why am I kind of bored? Why am I starting to feel this weird other thing? And I was reminded this morning, yes, on the phone call, that my therapist a year ago had said, "You're probably fine all summer. Wait until weather changes and kind of keep an eye on what happens, because I bet you're going to have trouble when the weather changes." Well, guess what happened? The weather changed, like big time. Um, and more's on its way. So I actually had snow on the ground yesterday when I woke up. Patchy, but snow on the ground. And ice. I heard on one of my radios that they thought it had gotten down to 25 in the area, but I have old school thermometer, and so I don't know what the overnight low was. It was kind of cool. I used to have a thermometer that told me the overnight low, but I don't have that. Wendy's doing an awful lot of licking of her paws lately. I don't know if she's bored and that's what she's doing, but whatever. So, oh, thumb is good, good. Oh, Donna K, that's a good point too. Yes, the full moon. So, speaking of the full moon, I have also been confused about the calendar. That sounds like an odd comment, perhaps. But you know, the whole Gregorian calendar is not God's calendar kind of thing, or not the original natural calendar. The original natural calendar was the moon and the stars and the, the seasons. And I live very much by the sun out here, and I'm very seldom in town. So I really deal with a lot of natural stuff out here. And it was just fall holy day seasons, and I didn't mention them much this year because I was sad. I didn't really have anybody to keep the holy days with. And and I wasn't sure I was keeping them on the right day. So I've decided. Oh, actually, I ordered. Let me go get it real quick. And I see there's some uppercase Q things to talk about. Um, but let me grab this real quick. I ordered this for next year. So it's a packet, and Leanna, I have one for you. Because it's a packet that came with 3 sets, was the only way I could get it. And one of these is magnetic, and then it's a pamphlet that explains moon phases and things in North America. And this is for next year. So hopefully I can get more in line with Sabbath and holy days and feel better about what I'm doing and about being able to go outside and see and connect with the real stuff. So I did do this. So yeah. So I have one of these for you, Liana. I'll get it to you before it turns 2025. All right. How do you deal with condensation? I leave the windows down as much as the rain guards allow, but I can soak a towel every morning. So, what are you using for heat first? Because if you're using a propane anything for heat, you're going to have more condensation. And it's the temperature change stuff is when you get condensation more. I used to make my insulated curtains. That part of my braid looks weird to me this morning. I used to make my insulated Reflectix curtains with fabric on one side that was black for blackout and patterned or something on the inside. And often I would make them out of towels or microfiber towels. And that way the any breath in the air condensation is basically being picked up by those curtains, which are going to, be in a place where they can dry anyways. So I thought that was a pretty good idea a lot of the times. Ask me a little more. A foot longer since last Sunday. It feels a foot longer. Oh, good Lord. Well, last Sunday, here's my hairbrush bag. Okay, I really do have, my hairbrush is this cheaper brand of, Beth, you're good at that, of boar's head bristle brush. Okay. It comes with a comb and a little bag, okay? But I grabbed it because you made the comment about my hair. I was so glad to get my hair sticks last week. And so I think it was last week. I've forgotten now. I mean, sometimes I feel like you're my only friends. Anyways, I got a set of 2 hair sticks for like $7 off of Amazon. I'm so glad I got them. And they're nice, strong ones. What am I going to do with the tail? Okay. But anyways, even in a braid, I can do this now, which is really nice because sometimes you just need it out of your way. And these are strong enough so I can get my hair up. Okay. Okay, but that feels weird. See, y'all got to see me put my hair up with a hair stick. Ah! Okay, that feels better. Because sometimes it's just in the way lately. I had a conversation with somebody the other day and they were like, well, why don't you just cut a bunch of it off? Cut a foot off of it. What's the big deal? And I was like, you know how many times I've cut my hair? I don't know whether to do it anymore. Let's just leave it alone. Anyways, all right, I saw that one. Thank you, Leanna. I could afford that brass moon clock, which just went on sale for half price. It's something like $49. I would so put that in this cabin. But we need to talk about my cabin. Okay, so Iris, I don't have any heat other than the vehicle's heat. Little one and you are full of hot air. That's true. Of course, you and little one are very full of hot air. Yeah, you're breathing the sweat from your body. You know, you're gonna give off water. Does your minivan is new enough to have like carpet on the ceiling or something? Just have something high enough that your breath and whatever, like a towel. You said you could like towel things off, but like maybe actually drape a towel over the back of both of your front seats during the night so that the towel will grab the wet condensation. I used to do that, but I also, oh, it's outside. Hang on a second. It's close by, but it's outside. Wendy, I have to move your chair. Goodness gracious. You're okay. Sit still. Sit still. I can't get out. Yeah. Okay. Here, I'm going right back in, Wendy. Oh, I know. Look at Karma just wants to be with Wendy. You want to play with Karma? But I also have this. Or this. Okay, let's talk about these two, Iris. Okay, so actually this little thing is a reflector, came with the tall one. These are candle lanterns from Yuko. You can tell that. It says Yuko right on them. Or UCO, however you want to see it. Right now, this one's got a citronella candle in it. I was outside. This one is the tea light candle version. This one's around $17. This one's closer to $25. And then the great big one with the 3 candles is $40, I think. Okay. But the great big one in a minivan is going to be too big for you, your space, I think. The only issue with using one of these, so more than one issue. One, it's flame. Be careful. Please have some common sense. And if you don't have common sense, ask somebody. Okay? These use Yuko candles, are a specific size. I'll show you something in a minute. Okay? And so these work great. These take tea light candles. Now I like this for a tea light candle, okay? Burning a candle in a minivan, if you can do it without burning your ass down, okay? I am not a guru. I'm just saying this is the way I deal with condensation and making sure I'm a little warmer, a little drier in my vehicles when I live in vehicles. So this one works great for drying the air out. But if you get down near 17 degrees, That's all it's good for. It'll keep you a little drier, but it won't keep you warm. This one will help you stay warmer. But the big candle lantern, you've seen that here. The big candle lantern can warm you up. Remember, I've done a lot of outdoor stuff, so my sense of being warm could be different from your sense of being warm if you're used to being in a climate-controlled house, which I wouldn't even understand anymore. Okay, tea light candle one. When you burn a tea light candle, the wax the candle's made of turns into liquid. So does the top of a regular candle. But the reason it's in a little metal cup is so that it holds the liquid, hot liquid wax. And so if you bump this, it'll spill. And there are holes up under the bottom. So be careful of that factor. Put it in a place where it's safe and stable. So it's not that cold, Iris. Anything over, 35, 40, it's not that cold. But anyway, it will spill. If you hang it from something, you need a little more space than just the handle, okay? Because the heat comes off the top. By the way, I found that you can get these little mini enamel shot glasses. I got them in Baja. I don't have any anymore. I gave them away, but they'll fit on there. You can actually melt butter on it or something. I'm just saying, I tried it just to see what would happen. It'll melt butter. Anyway, be careful of the liquid wax. The way I used this the first time was I got a steering wheel table and put on my steering wheel, and I was very careful not to bump the steering wheel table. But my steering wheel table fit really good and was level at that point. It wasn't enough, so I bought this one. And I bought these myself. These aren't, as much as I love this company, I don't have anything. When I bought this, I bought the kit that came with this reflector, because this makes the light come forward instead of outward. So if I put it on a windowsill or something, it shines the light the direction I want. And this also fits on the little one. But it's a separate piece. But it came with the kit with this lantern, came with that, and a neoprene zippered case for when you're not using it. So this one, the way you open these is on the bottom. So you screw the bottom off like that, okay? And then this is what the candle goes in. This, for travel, you can push down and it protects the glass. All right. Now, this is how you put the candles in. See, this candle's blue because it's citronella, okay? But you turn it and pull it up, and there's a spring in it. You see the spring right there? And might not, sometimes you can't. Oh, I can today. Well, it's because it's cold. It's been outside in the cold. And then you have to push with your finger to get it down. See, when it's burning, you can see how much candle is left because there's a couple of holes here. But anyways, and then the candle sits on top of this little piece of stuff. So this is how you load the candle in on the spring. It rained, there was water in it, or it was icy this morning. And then you put it down in the bottom. Oops, wait a minute. And you have to twist it to lock it in place. And the spring keeps pushing the candle up, so the light is always in the same place. That's what's really nice about these candles. But burning a candle in safely in your space will help with the condensation. And so will just laying a couple of towels on the back of the seat. And this one comes with extra hanger hooks because if you were to hang this, but you'd have to make sure there's nothing around it to hang it. And it's the only amount of liquid wax is going to be the little tiny bit at the top of the candle by the wick. So it's a different amount of wax. I have never knowingly spilled this one. But the little ones, because they're liquid in the cup, it spills. So this is a good way if you can maneuver that. When I had Nantucket, for heat, I would take my big coffee boiler. So I don't have one right now. I need another one, guys. I had a half-gallon black coffee boiler coffee pot. And I would set that coffee pot on the floor of Nantucket, and I would put I don't know what the right name is for them, Latino candle from Dollar Tree, the tall, thin candle, because they're paraffin wax that I'm not allergic to. I would put one of those inside the coffee pot and leave the lid off. And the coffee pot is wider at the bottom, so it was harder to knock it over. And so I would put it in a very safe place in the van, and that was my only heat source for a long time. So I'm just saying, but it will help dry out the condensation if you can manage that, or it's appropriate for you. Don't forget, you got to do you. And so if it's not safe for you, okay, chopsticks. Yeah, I can break a chopstick. My hair's so thick and long. So I was glad that these were strong. I was taking a risk buying them. I wasn't sure, but man, they're good. They're good, sturdy ones. I'm glad I got them. Okay. I used to use a pencil. How many pencils are there in the world anymore? Look at my eye is weird today. I'm going to say that a couple times. Whew. Yeah, sometimes I don't usually, once I get it up like I just did, I when I first did it, I went, oh, ow. I loosened whatever it was. Now it's fine. It'll be fine all day if I leave it. Yeah. So, don't worry about sending me out in the cold. That it's not that cold. That was okay. Coffee boiling pot. Okay, so how do I explain it? A coffee boiler. Okay, so cowboy coffee pots that are enamel. I'm trying to think, how could I show you a picture? Because oh, wait. And surprise, surprise, I'm really surprised. There's as little sun as there is today, that there's enough to be charging my phone and on with you guys. And this phone's at 57%. And so for the moment, oh, this phone doesn't have, that's okay. This phone doesn't have Amazon on it because it got reset to factory settings. Hang on, let me do a quick. Here you go. Wait, is there a way to get up the picture without all the... Oh, of course, I can't just, might be this one. Nope. Okay, so the first thing I come up with is this, but okay. Oh, okay. I can expand it bigger so you can see it. This is on Amazon. It's the real basic one, and it's a half gallon. Um, it's the easiest to use on campfires and whatever else. You actually boil coffee for making like cowboy coffee. Anyways, that spout right there is in a different location than on some older style coffee pots. Some of them have the spout at the bottom coming up. Some of them have the spout is way down low. Most of the time, those are percolators, and especially the ones that have the glass knob in the basket. Those are percolators, and the spout would be attached lower on a percolator because you want to pour the coffee from the bottom from a percolator. But when you boil coffee, you want to pour the coffee from the top so that the spout's up a little higher on the top. That's that. Went for links and couldn't come back. Um, yeah, Iris, the candles and the dog, yes. That is that's one of the reasons why I had to be careful was once I got Ozzy. Ozzy was my former dog, my late dog Ozzy. He's buried here. He was he would shake the van too much. So I built a thing with a big heavy base on it and a guard around it so that he couldn't knock it over. And so I still watched it really carefully, but that's the way I maneuvered. That's the way I maneuvered with the dog and the candles together. But uh, uh, and yes, then you're using your stove to make coffee will of course warm you up, and that helps. And yeah, all good. And thank you, Beth. You're the bomb, girl. um, so Donna Kay, it's like a blue granite pot. That one on Amazon, they call it a black granite pot or something. Mikasa sells them. If you go down to Baja, you can get them all different colors. I used to want a white one, awful bad. I haven't seen a white one in quite a while, but the black ones are the bomb. They work. I don't care if they get sooty. I mean, I know how to clean soot off things. You know the best way to clean the soot off your pots is to use soot. It's how it works. Anyways, but yeah, coffee boilers. And so I've had to have my first fire. And last week I was telling you that I had finally got the chimney swept. And of course, then I had to clean the stove out. And then I had to go split wood. And cleaning the stove out, my linen shirt. Well, I haven't washed it yet. It will come out. It's just, I haven't done it yet. We had a bad storm. I have been washing clothes here. If this is the end of warm weather, I have a number of things I need to do. One is all my water barrels are so freaking full right now that I need to empty some water out so that they have headspace in case they start to freeze. So I'm going to have to do that. I already switched my foot pump that was on the sink back to the hand pump. And there will come a day when I will need to probably disconnect both. And then I'll be back at jugs of water and bringing it in and out. What else? I've got to get the new barrel toilets worked on. I spent some time at the county the other day. You guys have heard about county stuff, you know. So you're probably just tired of it as I am. I wish I knew everything so I could relax. And yet at the same time, I don't know any more than I know. So I don't know. I feel kind of left out that y'all, whoever travels, are down south, and that I'm facing another winter here. I'm okay with that when things are pulled together a little more. It's still a little challenging here, to say the least. And when part of my problems are that I can't get out because the neighbors can get out, that challenges the way I think about things, because I want to be a good neighbor. I don't want to be mean or whatever. And so I don't know. I'm just kind of but I was talking with my son and daughter-in-law, and all of a sudden a new idea showed up, and I went, "What?" And they were like, "Well, what if we helped you be able to come visit us for a little while?" And I was like, "I need a break. I know I need a break." But I finally got the cats big enough. Then one of them was sick. Then something else happens. And, it's, and, my engine's not going to get worked on any faster now that Jeremy's got to heal a thumb up. So I'm like, no, I can't get out there. How am I going to do that? And then I went, unless I took a train or something. And they were like, "We have space. You could come." I was like, "You sure?" I mean, I don't really, really. So I guess we're going to kind of start talking about me maybe taking a break and going to see them. I don't know. But in order to do that, I've got to do something. I've got cats. And I just had a cat that almost died. And I like these two cats a lot. So I got to come up with some kind of solution that will allow me to keep the cats. I don't know how that's going to happen. And I can touch the cat, so I could put them in a crate, but I don't know how that's going to happen. They've never been in the car. Oh, I don't know. And I don't know about trying to take my outdoor cat somewhere else. I don't know. It's just thrown me for a loop with a lot of extra. Babs, hi. Yeah, so the coffee pot, Beth, I'm not clicking on that. But if it says enamel dash percolator, probably not the right one. It's actually a coffee boiler. And that one I had pulled up. Yeah, GSI, my red tea kettle for the stove is a GSI tea kettle. Love that. I wanted specifically that handle that does not move for here. Um, oh, this thing is on such bizarre things. Yeah. On Amazon, it's called Granite Ware. Whoops, wait a minute. I made it too big. You can't see the whole thing. Granite Ware 3-quart coffee on Amazon. That's what it is. Anyways. Okay. Um, and and for anybody who's like has more money than I do and can afford it, um, they're making a titanium coffee boiler now and a coffee percolator and something else. On Amazon, you can find them. They're expensive. I was looking at the boiler maybe 6 months ago and it was $160. It came down in price. But I noticed the percolators are under $100 now. But if you don't know titanium, I have learned how to use it and love it. It's a great thing. Who's this? Iris, I have a camp stove that has a plastic case. Got tired of waiting for the stove to cool down so you don't melt the case. So I got a silicone mat for ovens and it works great. Oh, that's wonderful. Yeah, the GSI one, um, in all honesty, in my humble opinion, is too thick a material for making good, fast coffee. It's nice, but if I want to see, I sometimes use my enamel on campfires. Well, I often use it on campfires and on wood stoves. But when I switch over to use it on my alcohol stoves, if it's too thick a steel, it won't heat up on the alcohol stoves. But anyways, yeah. Yeah, Iris, I've been trying for what, 7 years to try to go see my kids, but for some reason I've been kept away from them. I mean, haven't, it just didn't work out. I don't know why. I mean, come on, when the engine blew, that was part of the trip was I was going to Oregon to teach at an overland expo and showcase my rig. Then I was going to Colorado. Then I was going to Virginia. And I was going to see both sets of kids on the way. And years ago, way before that, I when I had the Honda Passport, I was getting ready to go, and I bought that really expensive tent that I lost. Yeah, that was whatever. Anyways, things we talk about. So, more subjects. 'Cause I don't know what to talk about. I feel a little off. Like I said, I haven't been sleeping that good. Um, had beef broth for breakfast because made I bought soup bones this week because I knew weather was coming, and so I made a nice fire in the outdoor campfire and put the big pot on and just boiled it and boiled it. And this morning I reboiled it on this stove. It was warm when I opened it. It was, it'll stay hot overnight, um, but anyways, then I reboiled it this morning. I had broth. I didn't have coffee. I had broth. And now the wood stove's cooled down. It's 66 in here. Wendy, I have to kind of push her outside to make her go to the bathroom. Yeah. Yep. There were a lot of things. Wow. Sometimes these curveballs, they're incredible. Um, oh, I found Kevin Trudeau again on YouTube. He's been on, what's the other one? Rumble for a while. They put him in jail because he used to talk about the big pharmaceutical companies. But I found him and was kind of pleased to hear some things that were more familiar to me again. And I wondered why now? Why did that come up? Um, I'm a little bored. The things that need to be done around here are big jobs that I can't do alone. And so to be reminded every time I go to do something that The reason I'm doing 16 steps instead of one is because I have to wait for somebody to help me fix it so I can do it easier. That's really annoying. Um, I don't know. I don't know what else to talk about right now. Cynthia or Cindy and Jared are supposed to be coming next weekend. That's Skipper Doodle's family. Um, Looking forward to that, to meeting them and having a little bit of time to talk about that. Ah, Sonia. Yep. Cornbread. Wow, I'm so allergic to corn. Do you know what feels like, or I think it felt like and might have tasted like cornmeal for cornbread was millet. So if you choose to do a non-carnivore something, you might be able to do it with millet and not get too sick. Um, uh, I love having just a pot of beef broth I can go to all the time and just drink off of it all day long. So I may spend more of my winter days with beef broth pots on the um, on the stove behind me. There's a little girl who has been. She changed again this week. Something going on with her. I don't think anything's wrong. One, she's a little cold, right? Do you need a t-shirt? But she's been just like huggy, clingy, something. Not clingy, not in a bad way, but sometimes when it's been good weather, she'll be outdoors with the cats and she'll just be laying in the sun with the cats. And she's been just resting a lot. What was that sound? You're such a good girl. Um, so what do you guys need me to talk to you about? Because I talked to my son first. I feel a little talked out right now. And, oh, getting up at 2 o'clock in the morning and not knowing why and kind of racking my brains for what's wrong with me. Why do I feel so lost and so stuck and so like I can't even I don't have a point to what I'm doing. Back when the tracker was fun and cool, it was like, yeah, I can't wait. I'm getting ready to go with the tracker because it's going to be too cold here. Let's go on a trip. And now I'm like, well, I can't leave the cat, so I don't know. But I'm going to think about what's going on with um with here and with the opportunity to go see the kids. Yep, I don't know. It would be nice to take a train trip. I haven't done that in a long time. Train travel's fun. And part of the reason I thought about doing the train, well, when they first said it, the first thing I thought was train. And I went, why? Okay. Well, Holbrook's not far. There's a train station in Holbrook. There's another one in Gallup. It's not that far away. It's just kind of weird. I don't know. I don't know what's happening. I don't know how to do this right now. I don't know what more is going to happen once I get the paperwork from the inspection I had and I take it to the county. I don't know what's going to happen. I don't know how I'm going to maneuver this. I'm tired. And I'm tired of being tired. And I'm tired of not knowing what direction. I mean, I woke up this morning thinking, maybe I should just sell this refrigerator, just forget doing all these things with solar. And this is too hard, and it's easier to do old school. Now that I can eat cheese and eggs, I don't need a refrigerator that bad. Maybe I could just, just stop doing this because it's too hard. And then my son called and he goes, "No, Mom. Oh no, that refrigerator's a good one. Oh no, 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 no. And you've got some more solar panels coming. No, 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 no." I was like, "Okay, all right, all right." So I don't know. I don't know. I don't know. But yeah, it's almost like I feel directionless. There was somebody on a Facebook post the other day that moved out here, now halfway to St. John's from me, so quite a distance. And they moved all their stuff out and had the basics set up, and then they went on a 2 or 3 week vacation, and somebody stole everything while they were gone. And they have a number of autistic children. And the reason he put the post out was because uh, he'd had a flat tire and he was trying to find somebody with an air compressor and a jack to help him change the tire. And he was like, everything stolen, the generators, the solar panels, the RV, everything. And he was like, "No," and I got a bunch of autistic kids. It's just sad. I just don't want to hear any more of those stories. It's not it's not that I don't want to hear them because I want to hide from it. It's because we don't have to be this way. Why are we as a society choosing to be this way with each other? This is so not okay. Just stop it, y'all. Just what happened to treat people like you want to be treated? What happened? Yeah, I know. I know. There's a lot of foreigners here. Some of them were dumped out of prisons. There's lots of stories. I mean, there's lots of, but not everybody's a bad guy either. Okay? But come on. It's just too hard. Sometimes things just feel hard. And when I'm here by myself without the interaction from other people, it's not like somebody comes up in here once a week or once a day and goes, "Hey, guess what happened today?" and tells me a whole story. Because if they did, I probably wouldn't be stuck on all my own stuff, which is really like sometimes annoying me. Um, and I guess a better word, I should stop. Okay. Words are very creative, and especially the I am words are very creative. I know this. I've worked with it, I've played with it. They are very creative. So I feel weary. That's a better term than tired because I don't really feel overwhelmed. I just feel like it's hard and I want a break. And I just want to see something else. And I can go down to town and I can go to the shop and I can get hugs from all the mechanics, which is nice. I can get guy hugs if I want them. But, ah, I think the word's weary, though. I feel. And I need to be careful saying, I feel, not I am. Um, yeah, yes, Sonia. Yes, Sonia. Hard to live what we were taught. Oh, my therapist, I told you guys about the fund that the therapist has they can spend on us each year. Um, they've agreed to buy me my new bed thing and a couple of blankets, one of them being a wool blanket. So, yes, Beth. Because I keep hearing myself say tired, tired, tired. And it's not. It's not like I was moving bricks and block all day long, and I can't wait to go to sleep. It's different. I think weary. Mm. So, and being low income and doing this lifestyle out here, some people really don't get how challenging it really is. It's expensive. It's not cheap, and it's expensive in more than one way. Um, it's it's expensive in that it takes your energy, and if you have more time than you have money, then it takes your energy and your time, and it takes a lot of brain power as well. I have learned a lot about myself out here. And one thing is this needing to feel safe. That's a it's a thing for me. I need to feel safe. So, who knows, Iris? Iris is asking if I'm vitamin D deficient. Every time I've had any kind of test, they don't say that. They usually say that I'm low in DHEA. But most everything else is normal. So, and you know how I feel about the whole medical doctor stuff. Is like, yeah, you can send me, you can, you know, take me if I need you, great. But how much of what you're saying to me do I really believe? Right? I don't know. Um, yeah, the allergy attacks, they were serious. Yeah, and carnivore is rich in D. Yes. So, and I'm outside a lot. I mean, you guys see me inside, but that's because either the camera is plugged in like it is right now for battery, or this is the corner where the cell phone signal is the best. And so, mm, yep, B and magnesium. I used to I used to drink that calm stuff. It was raspberry lemonade or something. Calm. It was good. Um, I would have it in the afternoon every once in a while, but it's like a supplement thing. But with all the things that I can't do, I'm not even trying anymore with these things. Um, I think it's cool um, that I can have Swiss cheese. I seem to do real good with Swiss cheese, but other cheeses not so much. And I'm still not putting many foods together when I have them. I bought some good quality milk last week and came home and got a nice big glass of it. Drank a big glass of milk. That tasted so good. Um, oh, lemon unflavored. Yeah, Sonia. I bought LMNT. It's very expensive. I didn't know to like use half a pack or whatever, but and I only got the unflavored as well. Um, I just I didn't see any difference, and it was expensive, so I stopped. And then I thought I would try Dr. Barry's electrolyte drops instead because it was cheaper, and that's when I found out I'm allergic to citric acid. So I kind of stopped all of that. Mm. Oh yeah, that's good, Beth. That's good. Um, I know I'm not super strict carnivore, but I'm not much else either. I can't. I mean, I used to pay attention to that guy that did the raw carnivore years ago. Well, there was more than one guy. There's always been somebody in the world doing that. I can't do raw eggs. I wanted. The whole reason I bought the milk, which never got that far, but the whole reason I bought it was because I knew I could eat the eggs. I wanted to try making some eggnog. And I mean eggs and milk, eggnog. And I don't know whether I would have, I don't have any sweetener here, but I would have just done that. And I thought, I kept thinking about it. That would be good. And that would be like having a meal, and it would be inexpensive, and maybe could try that. And I wanted to, but my two cats out there really like milk, and especially the one that had been sick, Chaos. And so Chaos, I actually let some milk set out for him to sour so he could have leche agria. And he loves it. And he really is doing much better. He's not as big and strong as Karma, but he's doing good. So, yeah. Yeah. Mm-hmm. Raw eggs. Mm-hmm. Yep, Beth. Um, I never could do that, you know. Yeah. There's a guy out there that's talking about it again because somebody else has been like, well, I was so sick, carnivore didn't work well enough. Let me go try this raw stuff. And so he tried it and he's getting better. And so now he's the new big, and he's rich. So, like, he shows himself sitting in a hot tub drinking raw milk in Dubai, or with some fancy car, Lamborghini or whatever's bigger than that these days. um, and three girls that look like they haven't ever worked a day in their life, and he's picking up eggs and tap tap and sucking the egg out of the thing. I mean, good for him. I'm glad he could do it. I'm not so. I can't quite do that, but I can put them in milk and to do it warm. So yeah, yeah, yeah. Oh yes, yes, Rocky Balboa. Yep, yep. But I mean, eggs are good for us in a lot of different ways. Oh, I tried egg yolks recently and I didn't get sick. Gonna go slow because I'm a little nervous, but I'll just go slow. But see, I am healing. I mean, our bodies are perfect. When we're born, well, I say perfect. Is that the right word? Is that the right way to go at that? I think it is. When we're born, we come complete with all the stuff. We were designed to work. And yes, I think we should never eat shellfish. And yes, I think we should never eat um, pork. And I don't think humans were made to eat those things. Um, I tried the yolk with egg, with the egg whites that I'm not allergic to. So the human form has everything inside of it to take care of us. Um, and then he gave us the herbs and uh, I don't want to misquote, but the herbs and the something else um, for medicine. And I find it interesting when I got a taste of garlic that I just went, cooey, oh, yuck. And it took me a few minutes of processing my reaction to realize that perhaps for me, I don't need garlic. If I wanted it, just you've watched your dogs. You might have been around animals, so if you are around animals, if you ever watched them, even a great big old cow or a moose or something else will um, walking through a field, you think they're just eating everything under them, right? They're chewing. And it's funny, even a great big cow will pick a different plant sometimes. Even a dog, they'll go sniff around at grass until they find just the piece they want. And there's some reason for that. And so I'm thinking that with my reaction to the garlic, maybe I don't need the garlic because it's technically medicine. And I think in the Ayurvedic world, they use it as medicine and not as spice as well. Um, so I just find that interesting. But if I needed it, I bet I would just go, oh yeah, more, more, more. Okay. But right now, I don't need it. I'm so grateful that I found a better reason and a better way to maneuver my carnivore experiences and healing, because I already had known about bone broths from many different things. But like for seafood, for example, or fish, for example, your fish is always supposed to have fins and scales. And the reason is because all the other ones are the bottom feeders. And so they're going to have more toxins in their flesh. And so the ones we're guided to eat or instructed, or however you want to see that, are the ones that have both fins and scales. So for instance, I don't eat catfish, but I will eat cod in a heartbeat, or haddock. Yum. Um, Now I know that I want my cod or my haddock or whatever, I want it fried in tallow. Well, if I'm going to fry it, but why not? I mean, may as well enjoy it too. Um, and I do think there's something to seasonal eating as well. So, yeah, yep. So, yeah. And I used to be super big on lavender and mint. Big, big, big. And lately can't get near it. And so I don't know, whatever was going on at the time. I think that's the way it is. By the way, I would like to find somebody who has some homegrown onions around me. I'd rather not buy them from the grocery store, but I would like to try putting some onion in my broth. Um, but I don't need it. If it doesn't come, I'm not going to do it. But finding, the price of the bone broth, the bones for broth at American Arrow are like $5 a pound, I believe. Even their hamburgers, $7.99. And now, occasionally, I will buy their canine burger, which is dog food, for $4.99 a pound, and I will make a burger for myself out of that. I will. But I'm trying to take good care of my babies, and so they're getting raw meat too, as much as I can afford. Um, I need to get some more cat food. I don't know why I'm talking about this. I'm just letting whatever comes out come out. So if you guys need me to talk about something special, um, but having talked to my son first, I feel like I'm talked out already. Um, he just found, so with all the solar stuff I go through, and somebody starts talking numbers around me, and like Charlie Brown, the teacher would be talking, and all of a sudden it would turn into moi moi moi. Okay, my son starts talking numbers, and I just start, my eyes go I don't even know. I feel like my eyes probably just, I go somewhere. I don't know where I go, but it's like, I can't do this. I don't know what this is. I hear you, but I can't. I can't follow you. I don't know what's going on. Anyway, he just found out that the brand new Echo Flow Delta 3, which is on sale for around 600 and some odd dollars. He said, if you know anybody that's looking for a solar battery pack, tell them to look at that one. He said, all the other ones I would not recommend. But he said, they finally listened to somebody because that new one that's just coming out, it can be charged by solar panels that have certain voltages or something. So, but they don't have to be Echo Flows. It doesn't have, it can start power being pumped into the battery pack at 11 watts or something. So it'll get those minute, small amounts of power. It doesn't have to wait until it hits 100 before it puts anything in. And what was the other big thing about it? Oh, it has charge through, which my old one had. Um, an on-off button on a battery pack. Yes, an on-off button on a battery pack could potentially be fixed if the electrician you talk to knows what he's doing. Yes. Um, if you're headed down to Quartzsite, Iris, I wonder if G would open up a battery pack to fix a switch. My son would, but I don't know if G will. G knows his stuff too, but he's different. He's not my son. So, yeah, the Echo Flow. I can't, I don't, real quick, I can't remember what else, but the charge through function for me is the bomb, especially when we get weather like we've had the last few days. Like right now, there's a little bit of sun, but oh, I switch one cord from here over to here so that both battery packs will get charged better. I know you can't see me, or if you could see anything, you're seeing my butt. Hang on a second. Okay, there we go. Phone charging again. And battery pack swapped. The refrigerator's empty and turned off, so I don't have to be concerned about it. And but I'm trying to get as much power into these battery packs because there's supposed to be more snow coming. Um, so, but because I talked about it, I just looked down and all the lights are flashing, which means on mine it means that power is coming in. So, you're welcome on that. I'm still using that Bowden's that Bob Wells gave me years ago. Can't remember if I had Aussie back then. I think no, maybe that was 2019 he gave it to me. I don't remember. But because that one has the charge through, most of the year, if I'm able to, in the morning, I can put the refrigerator plugged into the Bowden's, which is a 166 watt battery pack. Nothing, a little tiny one. Anyway, and because it's a charge through all day in the sunshine, It'll keep the refrigerator running. And then at night, I can put it into the other one. Of course, that means I got to move cords all the time. Not a big deal, but it's what I've been doing for a few years. And then the Echo Flow that I've got's not technically mine, but I still have it. I think I stuck it out in the car the other day. I think I'll run it when I go to town this week, because I do need to go to town this week. But when I do, I'll see if Stan will let me charge it at the shop, because I haven't even used that thing. Well, I used it once. So I don't know what else to talk about right now, guys. I'm gonna talk now. I could take a nap again. Or maybe I could make, well, I don't know. I don't want coffee today. Wow, can you believe that? It's like that sometimes. But trying to keep my stuff simple and nice, but simple. And some of this life is tiring, and some I'm bored. Oh, there's some nice sunshine right now. Wendy, look at the sunshine out back. The kitty woo, I can't put the camera over there. The cord's not long enough. If the cord was longer, I could show everybody the kitties on the nice stone with the sun shining on the stone on the back patio right now. Oh, to have that closed in for a kitchen. Oh, to have the kitchen and bathroom situation straight would really be a blessing. And so maybe I should take a little break and go see my son for a little while. I don't know. But I have to figure out the cats first, because I'm not losing the cats. These two are good ones. We're not losing them. All right, Miss Wendy Woo. Miss Wendy Woo. Oh, you're sitting on the bed. Mama didn't even make the bed up pretty for everybody because Mummy was talking to Josh so much this morning. I don't know what else. Do you guys have something else do you want me to talk about? Because I'm being quiet now. Not that that's a bad thing, but sometimes it's an odd thing, but might not be a bad thing. Sometimes I have to. Oh, Tom Brown, Life After Stroke, Tom, and I texted a little bit this week. He just before the storm, he's in Williams. I live so different from some other people, right? He bought in Williams because Bob had bought in Williams, and some of the other YouTubers were up there, like Aja and some of them, and and he only bought like an acre or two or something, and then he got a shed delivered, and then he got another shed delivered, and he bought all these things on time. So, he's paying monthly payments. Credit. He used credit to buy all these things. Then he went to Texas and he worked for a while. Then he came back up and he bought a Subaru. And I guess the Subaru didn't work that good. And then he bought a car through, what's it called? Lease. And that didn't work. And anyway, so he got his wood stove and he got the Camp Chef Nope, wrong name. Camp. Maybe it is Camp Chef cylinder stove. Whatever. Anyways, it's like a tent stove. I mean, it's a good stove. It was one that was on my list when I was able to find this. This was bigger, better, and cast iron. Um, Cast iron, by the way, holds the heat longer after the fire goes out. Anyway, so then he hired somebody to install the stove and do his chimney for him. And he did that on credit. And I'm like, man, everything's on credit. How can you live like that? And he goes, I don't care. And I'm like, oh, okay. I can't. I just, I can't do that. But he did. Anyways, we texted a little bit because he had shared with me a picture of his wood delivery. And I said, oh, first delivery? And he goes, yeah. He says, this one's pine, the next one will be juniper. And I was like, well, have you ever burned these before? And he said, of course I burned wood before. And I was like, no, have you ever burned pine and juniper before? Because if you haven't, there's a learning curve and I might be able to save you some trouble. So he did finally say, okay. And I was like, all right, well, let me tell you. Because I had a learning curve learning how to get a juniper log burning. Once you get it burning, it's fine, but to start it can be a pain in the butt. So you use the pine. You cut the pine in very small pieces because our pine's a little different here too. So, but it burned hot and quick, and then it'll catch the other on fire. So it's a. And I told him about the stuff I use. That I buy this creosote destroyer or soot destroyer. It's over there somewhere. Anyway, I don't feel like it now. But anyways, I burn that stuff in my stove, and it helps keep the chimney as clean as I can get it. So, and really cleaning the chimney was not bad. Thank you, Leanna, for loaning me the chimney brush to get that job done. That was really helpful. It was much cleaner than I expected, but a much easier job with the brush. I need to buy one of those. It's on a list. Um, I don't know that I have any more. Do you guys? Is there more to talk about? Is anybody out there that wants me to talk specifically about like storms or cold prep? Or Iris, thank you for asking about the condensation because I've dealt with that. Patient prayers. I agree with that, Sonia. Sonia said credit is a stress to me. Me as well. Uh, and I've not done that in years. I hadn't, but I kind of. Oh, hey, Mary. Yeah, I'm just kind of probably finishing up unless you have questions. Um, yeah, I can't do the credit thing at all. I mean, come on, I'm still paying off what I did for work on cars I don't even have. So, but soon. What was that bill at this month? After I made the payment, I think it said it was like $1,600. I'm getting down. It's getting down there. So, ooh, Liana, I didn't know about the potato peelings. Collect potato peelings and burn them with a hot fire. That's an old method of reducing soot. Didn't know about that one. See, I knew about TSP, and TSP is like furniture stripper, paint stripper. And but you can't buy it anymore. This like we used to. You used to be able to go to the hardware store and just buy it in a box, and it would be like near the Plaster of Paris or something like that. And oh, okay, dried ones. Okay, and uh, because I knew about the TSP, then I found the creosote destroyer, and the active ingredient is TSP. So I was buying that. I didn't know about dried potato peels. I could do that. I'll have to buy potatoes because I didn't grow potatoes. Um, but remember, I tried to eat potatoes and they didn't make me sick. So if I wanted a treat, I don't really have a reason to eat a potato right now, but this winter, if it gets, ugly fugly and I just need a boost, um, a metal coffee can with ammonia. Oh, didn't you tell me that before, Beth? How do you use it? Did you say that you set it, you don't set it in the fire? Can you tell me how you do it? Although you can't buy ammonia everywhere anymore either because somebody used it as a thing to make drugs with. So you can't, I don't know if we can buy it here. I know I couldn't buy it one of the last places I was. And you could burn aluminum cans too, because there's something about putting aluminum cans in the fire when the fire's really hot. It will melt them and set in the clean out of the chimney. Oh, I don't have a clean out. My chimney's straight up, so I didn't do the through the wall clean out thing. Oh, that's a good idea though. I remember you mentioning that. Okay, I don't think I have any more. I think I'm just talked out, tired. Could take a nap, but I think I'm gonna have a drink and then have a nap. Or something. um, Sometimes I think about just. I'm so glad you guys are out here because it helps me to talk to you. Um, Sometimes I feel kind of left out or alone or whatever, but I have no elbow, Beth. Mine's straight up. Firebox straight up. Yep. Now, I might be able to do that on the cook stove. Of course, the cook stove's on the front porch right now and needs to be moved to the back. And it weighs over 300 pounds and I can't even lift it. So someday somebody will get back to me about coming and helping to move that. I've asked for help. And then that's got to be rebuilt. But whatever. Can't help me if I don't give you the. That's right, you can't. But you see, really honestly, it's straight the freak up. But I knew if it was possible to do, straight up was best. So I was like, let's do that. And I gotta buy another piece of chimney for on the roof. I should have one more length up high. It got expensive, but whatever. Okay, guys, guys, I'm gonna go because I can't think of anything else to say. Nobody's giving me comments. I was trying to think what else to talk about. I got nothing. But I love you. Yes, it's a damper. Yes, ma'am. Yep. I have the damper. I have the little right above the tea kettle is the little thermometer. Let's see. And then I have the fan that when it gets to a certain temperature, the fan will start to go around. I don't know how I would put a can up in there. Couldn't get to it. Anyways, I love y'all. Y'all have a good week. I'm gonna consider my son's offer of going to visit. Because I don't know when the tracker's ever going to get fixed. Or maybe I should start thinking differently about all of it. And how would I start thinking differently about all of it? I don't know. What if nothing else could be done here? What if my tracker can't be fixed? What if the reason things keep happening the way they are is that I need to change the way I'm thinking about something and I just can't see it yet? So yeah, pray for each other, hang in there, stay warm if it's cool, and cool if it's too hot, because some of y'all be down south. We love you. Have a good week. Ciao.